friends, it's me, Lauren Hope, aka Lolo of Good Girl Chronicles, blogger, motivational speaker, certified peer recovery specialist, dog mom, lover of Dwayne Johnson, and all around fabulous. Okay, yes, you see this on my face? That means it is Makeup Monday, and we are going to chat about just life, love, sex, mental health, everything in between while we're doing some makeup. But today we are going to focus on mental health because July is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. I am filming this the second week of July. And yeah, I want to talk to you guys about Mental Health Awareness Month, my mental health, and self-care. Also today, I think I have some new makeup favorites that I want to share with you. Excuse me, burp. Un momento. Okay, so I have a couple of not coffee makeup favorites that I want to share with you. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so I've already done my moisturizer and my primer, and because I have scars on my face and like dark circles under my eyes, I color correct. So what you're seeing is color corrector. I just put on this this light. This is from L'Oreal called True Match Super Blend Color Concealer, and this just kind of like evens it out, just corrects the color. If you want to know more about color correcting, just Google or YouTube color correcting. There are makeup artists who are way better than me who can explain like what colors to put on your face that will correct certain things. Like there's certain colors that will diminish redness, under eye circles, or whatever. I generally go with like a pink or a peach. This was on sale. So yeah, this was on sale for like $3 or $4. Girls, don't. Let's just talk a moment about the makeup sales going on right now, because we know the economy has been impacted really hard by the coronavirus pandemic. So now that a lot of states are reopening, a lot of businesses are trying to recoup the losses of being closed for the stay-at-home orders. That goes for makeup companies too. Girl, the sales that I've been seeing lately are insane. ColourPop has been running a lot of sales. Morphe has been running sales. Like honestly, like every time I'm on IG, it's another sale. So if you want to play with makeup, if that's your thing, this is a really interesting time to purchase makeup and try different stuff because of the sales. Also, even in the box, the brick and mortar stores, you're seeing that too. I got this on sale at Walmart. I always search for the clearance section in Walmart and Target. And it's the markdown makeup. It's either makeup that didn't move. It's either makeup that needed to be repackaging. Sometimes though, you do have to be careful because sometimes it's like expired makeup or whatever, but whatever. So yeah, so I got this on sale. So I think I might have a new favorite drugstore foundation that I'm gonna play with for a while. My good friend Shirley, love her, works at Walgreens, and so she got me this. Okay, let's take this off. She got me this Maybelline. I'm a Maybelline girl, y'all. I'm a Maybelline girl. This Maybelline Dream Velvet Foundation. Let me do what the YouTubers do. No, you can't see it. Anyways, but it's Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. I'm in color 92 caramel. I usually am caramel in most things, or at least that's what I want to look like. So I don't know that this is full coverage though. I don't know that this is full coverage. This is my second day wearing it, so we shall see. What I've been using that I've been finding is best to use this Simple brush. This is from e.l.f. Cost me like $6 or whatever. So I always put my foundation on the back of my hand. I try to do a pea size. It's way more. But yeah, a pea size or like that should be enough for your face. All right, so while we're putting this on and blending, we're gonna talk about mental health. See how that's like basically my skin tone? Like that, like it's me, y'all, it's me. All right, so July is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. Did you know there's like a month for everything? But I'm always drawn to like the months that draw awareness to mental health, because I think we should be talking about it a lot more, and these months are a reason for us to have conversations. Also, I'm kind of a news nerd, which makes sense because I used to be a reporter. And so I've been watching a lot of stories about mental health in the pandemic. And, you know, the pandemic is traumatizing for all of us. It just is. Like many of us have seen loved ones die to coronavirus, or people we know, or people in our circle. our jobs have been impacted. So many parts of our lives have been impacted because of the pandemic, and it's affecting our mental health. I've been watching some stories that say the invisible pandemic, right? Well, coronavirus is invisible, but the other thing that's happening from this pandemic is that we are seeing more people going through relapses with substance use disorder. We're seeing more people struggling with their mental illness and things like that. And so that's another reason why I think this is such a timely discussion to be having as we're in a global pandemic. So mental health, okay. I feel like I talk to you guys a lot about my own personal struggles, triumphs, and tribulations with mental illness. But this month, I really want to give you resources and information. If you are just tuning into this channel for the first time, thanks, friends. My name's Lauren. I'm a mental health advocate, amongst other things. And I'm an advocate for mental health because I live with major depressive disorder and generalized anxiety disorder, and I am a suicide attempt survivor. And one of the things in my recovery that helped me feel good and purposeful was finding ways to help other people in organizations that are doing good things in the space of mental health. So one of those organizations I want to tell you about, and it's so funny. Last year, I tried to talk about NAMI, but my camera was so terrible. The lighting was bad. And so it was a really great vlog, I feel, but the video was horrible. So NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. You can learn more about NAMI at nami.org, nami.org. I'll put a little lower third in the description below. They're one of the largest grassroots organizations dedicated to supporting people living with a mental illness. And I learned about NAMI as I was coming out of my depressive episode. I was researching. No, that's not how I heard about NAMI. Actually, I was a peer specialist in trying to just learn how to best support people. And I heard about a support group for people living with mental illness. And I'll be very honest, I was really kind of nervous to go to the support group because it was one thing for me to go to therapy to talk about it, but to talk about a group of people about my mental health struggle in an open room, with people I didn't know, I just wasn't at the place that I am now talking about mental illness. And but a friend of mine at the time went with me, and I was just kind of wow, everyone's talking about mental illness and their struggles, and there's no shame or guilt. And so that did a lot for me. So then I was let me learn more about NAMI. That support group I went to is called Connections, if you're interested. And so I heard about this program called Peer to Peer. It's an 8-week workshop style class that people living with a mental illness go through to learn assertiveness, ways to cope with their mental illness. They learn about mental illness, and it's absolutely free. It's free, which is amazing. And I went through it, and I was wow, the things that I took away the most from peer to peer was learning that it was okay to talk openly about my mental illness, learning assertiveness, how to tell people what I need and want from them in a way that is kind and helps my voice be heard. I learned about meditation. And so I just really fell in love with NAMI after that. So then I was I want to be a peer-to-peer facilitator. So I went and did training to learn how to do peer-to-peer facilitation in the area. And then I heard about a program they have called In Our Own Voice. I'm a public speaker, so I was just yep, totally want to do that. Basically, people with their lived experience go into the community and share their story of living with a mental illness. We go to psychiatric hospitals, we go to businesses, churches. Honestly, if you have a NAMI in your area, you can request an In Our Own Voice speaker to come talk about it. And really, it's just telling you what it's like to live with mental illness. And I have to tell you, every time we do the presentations at the psychiatric hospital, I'm just and it's at the psychiatric hospital that I've been hospitalized at. And it's just I just feel we give so much hope to people in that psych ward because they're in there, they're struggling, and then they're seeing people that have literally been in that same facility and have come out on the other side. Yeah, that's one of my favorite, just one of the things that just bring me the most joy. and make me so happy when it comes to volunteer work and advocacy. I wish that I would have seen an In Our Own Voice speaker when I was at the psychiatric hospital, because um, I don't know. I don't know. I just was really sad while I was there, and I just didn't understand how it's going to get better. And it would have been really cool to have seen somebody say, "Yeah, it does get better." Sorry, went down a tangent. NAMI also has a class called Family to Family, and this one is like really, I want more people to sign up for Family to Family, because Family to Family, again, it's like peer to peer. It teaches family members how to support somebody who's living with mental illness. Listen, like my family dynamic, the big reason of why I'm estranged from my family has to do with mental illness, mine, theirs, and it's hard. It's hard loving someone through a mental health crisis. I mean, I can say that as someone who's been in a crisis and who's been in romantic and platonic relationships. It is hard. I get it. And I want more families and loved ones to be equipped on how to better handle it. Not to say that you'll be perfect every time or whatever, but like when you know better, you do better. So that's another amazing resource that I wanted to share with you from NAMI. Just freaking amazeballs. I live in Hampton Roads, Virginia. We have a really awesome chapter here called NAMI Coastal Virginia. Check that out also. I mean, just telling you, support is the best. All right, so let's put some concealer on. We're gonna let it sit while I talk to you about another mental health resource. Um, I lately, my concealer game has not been what I wanted it to be. And I'm looking for a really full coverage concealer. If you're a woman, makeup artist watching this, let a sister know. But I think I have one in mind actually that I've tried before by Benefit called Boing. But no, let me back up. Remember how I was telling you guys that I have this partnership with ColourPop and I'm trying to like reinstate it? ColourPop has a really thick, good concealer that I just ordered. I'm waiting for that to come in. This concealer that I'm using is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. It's good. It's $4.99. Really good concealer. Honestly, it's really good. But I don't know what's going on with my under eye, face, allergy issues. I just need a step above this. Funny story, for the longest, and maybe still, Shape Tape was like the concealer to have. Every makeup artist was using it. I don't know if I'm not using it right. I'm just not super in love with it. It's like just okay to me. Anyways. All right, today I am going to an ice cream social at my co-working space. And yeah, so I want to look really cute. So eyeshadow wise, sometimes lately I've been letting my concealer sit while I do my eyeshadow. Don't you do it, boo. Hey, excuse me. Let me get this dog. Boo, I'm gonna put you out this room. You got two. All right, I'm putting you out. You have to leave. No, you have to leave because you can't be a good boy. Bye. I'm back. You know what's so funny? I'm really trying to train Boo to just control his barking. So when he is a bad boy, I've just scoot him out of the room. So he knows that like if you bark and you don't listen to mom, you get put out. So we'll just have to keep doing that because it hasn't sunk in yet. So we're gonna play with the Jaclyn Hill palette today. It's I did this super cute look for my birthday, and my friend was like, "Oh my god, that's so cute! You have to do that again." Now I'm like trying to remember what I did. I think I put this shade Comfort Zone in my crease, and I think I put Get Ready With Me on my lid. I think. I don't know. So before I was rudely interrupted by Boo, I was telling you about this ice cream social. I want to wear a bold red lip. Is this it? I don't know. Sugar. Don't you hate when well, maybe you don't. You get like a makeup. No, this definitely was not it, but whatever. We're committed to it at this point. You do a makeup look and then you forget what it was. That's okay. So yeah, I want to like just wear a really bold red lip, cute lashes, and I will put the picture of my after look after I'm done. Yo, this Jaclyn Hill palette is the bee's knees. Like it's so pigmented, you honestly don't need to use that much. Yeah. All right, and so we're just gonna put a light color on the lid. The other mental health resource. So I, as a suicide attempt survivor, like I just didn't know where a lot of the resources or help was as it relates to suicide prevention. I'll be honest with you, sometimes like I would Google like suicide prevention help and stuff like that when I was struggling. And I would see something called the Suicide Prevention Lifeline, but I was like kind of scared to call, as weird as it is. I I don't know, I was just scared. And I just didn't know a lot about it. So I just want to tell you about the Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Um, it is open, it's a support line that's manned by counselors 24/7. And if you're struggling with suicidal ideation, or if you need help or if you're in crisis, this is the thing to call. Um, excuse me. Another interesting thing that I learned about the Crisis Lifeline is that the Suicide Prevention Lifeline is like if you are a loved one, right, and you have heard your loved one or friend say something that's alarming to you, like something that makes you think, oh my gosh, like I need to intervene, something's wrong, and I don't know what to do, you can call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline also. Like I didn't know that for the longest time. And they'll tell you how to best support your loved one. Like, yes, you need to call 911. Yes, you need to do that. When in doubt, call 911. But the Suicide Prevention Lifeline is an amazing, amazing, amazing resource. Baking, if you're like nervous about calling, and this I didn't know about when I was struggling, the crisis lifeline, the crisis line, you can text the crisis line. You text 741-741, and a counselor will text you back. And I just think that's so great for young kids, because that's like how they communicate. Like, so yeah, I just know when I was struggling, I just did not know where the help was. And so, and I was scared to ask for help. I really was. I don't know. I just didn't know what was going to happen to me or what people were going to think. And so, as a mental health advocate, one of the things I'm most passionate about is showing people where the help is. So today's resources are NAMI, NAMI.org, the Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 1-800-273-TALK, and the crisis text line, 741-741. All you have to do is text 741-741, and it will connect you to a crisis counselor. I feel like I want to do something glittery here. No, that's not the tune. What is this old school? The Addams Family. Girl, I forgot it. You ever just have like random songs and stuff pop into your head? All right, let's try. Ooh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Let's try this in the crease. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's really bright. Well, we'll just leave that there. Whoa. Who remembers that reference? That's Joey from Blossom, right? I'm showing my age. But most people who watch this channel are my age, so you know that, right? You know Blossom. Whoa. That was Blossom, right? It was Blossom. Yeah, we're fine with that. All right. Where is my favorite liner? Where is she at? Oh my gosh. Also, sidebar, I'm so excited. I almost have enough money to buy my vlogging camera. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have the money by next week. So girl, get ready. So get ready. We taking this show on the road, girl. And a lot of that is because of you all. I mean, it is because of you all, because of your donations. So I am still dating myself this summer, really focusing on self-love and what it means to love me. And so I had somebody recently ask me, what does it mean to date yourself? I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, just doing me. So my next vlog is going to be a date with Lolo, right? Like I actually like take myself out and do stuff. So I'm going to take you on a date with me, and you'll tell me if I'm a fun date or not. Um, yeah, date with Lolo. Comment below the best date you've ever been on. I have to think about that. What's been the best date I've ever been on in like my whole dating life? I have to really think about that. And what was great about it? Like, was it where you went? Was it the conversation? Like, what was the best date you've ever been on? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I've been on some good dates, like ones where like you just had the amazing connection with somebody, or the conversation was really good. But what's been the best date I've ever been on? Girl, I don't know. That's a really good question. I really need to marinate on that. What's the best date I've ever been on? My 20s, I dated this guy who was in the Navy. I live in Hampton Roads. A lot of the dudes here are in the Navy. And we went to the aquarium together. That was like so sweet. And then we went to the beach after. That was really cute. We dated for like 2 months. We won't talk about why that ended. That was a good date. Oh my gosh. You know what? Like this guy that like turned out to not be a good guy, he took me on one of the best dates ever. We like got to know each other over the phone first. And we went to Cheeseburger Paradise. And because like we had only been talking on the phone for all these weeks, it was like so much tension building to see each other. And oh my gosh, it was just like, oh God. Like I remember exactly what he was wearing. He had on this green, like emerald green shirt and this bust haircut. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, he's so beautiful. Like he's beautiful. And we lived like an hour apart from, like 45 minutes apart from each other, and we worked different schedules. So I knew I wasn't going to see him. And so after the date, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go home. He's like, I don't want it to be over yet. And I was like, me neither. But I was like, what are we going to do? He's like, let's go to Walmart and play. I was like, what? He's like, let's go play. And so we went to the Walmart and we went to the toy aisle and we just talked about all our favorite kid toys. And oh my God, that was like the best date. And like, I just remember not wanting it to end. That was a great date. Even though he turned out to be like not a good person in the end, like that's still to me one of the best dates I've ever been on, just because of the connection and like the way he looked at me, and we had fun, and it was just so like simple. And oh man, that was a good date. And then oh my gosh, that first kiss, oh my God, that was, oh. I think that's a testament to the fact that like there's something great about like getting to know somebody before you go on a first date, because like we had just spent so much time getting to know each other over the phone. And so seeing each other in person, it was just like, ugh. And honestly, like I won't even lie, like I mean, even when loves don't go well, I have to remind myself that I have to be happy that like that I experienced that type of connection. Like there was a lot of good about that relationship, in the beginning anyway. Um, the things that I liked about him, I write about him in my blog. It's called his name is Lyric. If you want to go on my Good Girl Chronicles blog, I'll put that in the description below. You'll learn why that relationship crashed and burned. He really took an interest in like what I liked and desire, what I liked. He would read my writing and give me feedback on it. He was always like pouring into me, like, you're gonna be a bestseller, like I believe in you. And like there was just moments that he believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And another thing I really respect about this man is that before my suicide attempt, he noticed something was wrong. And he actually reached out to my mother and was like, he reached out to my mother, which at the time I was angry. In hindsight, I could just see that that was like, that was a really big thing that he did. He was like, I don't know what's going on with Lauren, but something's definitely off. And that just kind of was part of like alerting my parents that something was wrong, you know? And I think gosh, I'm going to say what I want to say. I love him for that. I really do. Um, that he cared enough to intervene. I do love him for that. Um, and it's just like, I don't know, like, he just has a lot of, even though I love, like, I always will have love in my heart for this man because of what he did, the things that we shared. He just doesn't know how to be a good partner, a faithful partner. And that's why we're not together. And yeah, but there was a lot of good. And when I look back on my past loves, like I have to just remember and focus on the good, because I think if I just focused on like all like bad stuff that they did or whatever, it would make me bitter and jaded about love. But in the he did some good things. He did some good things. Yeah, he did some good stuff. He did some not so good stuff too, but we don't need to focus on that, and we don't. We don't need to focus on that, girl. So yeah, that was like one of my best first dates. Yeah, maybe we should do a vlog about that. Best first dates. I'm gonna put in the description the blogs about Lyric so you can see that whole story. All right, friends. I know like I look really light here, dark here. This ring light is like, but trust me, like in real life, it looks the bee's knees. Thank you so much for following this channel. If you're new here and you love what's going on here, give me a like. Also, if there's any mental health questions that you have, please like just comment below. I am not a therapist. Sorry, that's my dog. Hold on. And I'm back, sorry, with Boo because we had a visitor come into the house and he felt the need to just bark. Excuse me, sir. So anyways, we're gonna wrap here since Boo wants to be a naughty boy. And yeah, so next vlog, we're gonna go on a date with Lolo and it should be interesting. But please click that subscribe button. I'm almost to 450 subscribers, woody woo! And yeah, cross your fingers that I get the money for this vlog camera and we're gonna take this show on the road. As we say here at Good Girl Chronicles, I love you, I love God more. See you next time.